Hello, everyone, and thank you for choosing to watch this week's news capsule. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. Do not underestimate the power of your own subconscious mind. Feed it with joy and tend to it with care. Let's begin with the news capsule.
iGraspers. Have you heard about the Silicon Valley Bank? It is one of the largest commercial banks in the US and lends money to some of the biggest names in the technology world. And last week, just within 48 hours, the whole bank collapsed due to a series of ill-fated decisions. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation announced that it would take over the bank and its $175 billion of customer deposits. And a few days later, regulators announced that New York-based Signature Bank had also failed and was being seized along with its assets worth $110 billion. Did you know that these failures are the second and third largest, respectively, of a financial institution in the US history? However, analysts say that these are company-specific implosions for now and will not result in a larger banking crisis. Let's hope they are right.
Last week, the Indian Air Force announced that it selected Group Captain Shaliza Dhami to take command of a frontline combat unit in the Western Sector. Did you know that this makes Captain Dhami the first woman officer in the IAF to command a missile squadron in the Western Sector facing Pakistan? Captain Dhami has over 2,800 hours of flying experience and has flown the top line Chetak and Cheetah helicopters. We wish her all the best for this new journey.
Seaweed has been a part of Chinese, Japanese and Korean cuisines since prehistoric times. And it looks like India is slowly catching up thanks to the conservationist Gabriela de Cruz, who wants to make seaweed a household food item in the country. Did you know that seaweed is often described as the next superfood? It is one of the best dietary sources of iodine and also contains other crucial vitamins and minerals. They can also be one of the most viable solutions to the climate change as they utilize carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thus reducing the amount of greenhouse gas that is emitted. So, when are you planning on adding seafood to your own diet?
Last week, one of the most active volcanoes in Indonesia, known as Mount Merapi, erupted and sent hot gas clouds and volcanic ash into the air. This has forced authorities in the area to halt tourism and mining on the slopes of the volcano, and residents have also been warned to stop all activities. Did you know that Indonesia is prone to earthquakes and volcanic activity because it sits along the Ring of Fire, which is a series of seismic fault lines around the Pacific Ocean? Despite being one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world, Mount Merapi continues to be a famous tourist destination due to its stunning hiking trails and breathtaking sunrise hike. And we hope that this eruption does not change that.
For years, astronauts have struggled with drinking liquids within the zero-gravity atmosphere of their spacecraft. But now, NASA has finally developed a space cup that can keep liquid in its place in zero gravity, even with an open top. A demo video released by the team shows astronaut Nicole Mann pouring coffee from a pouch into a special vessel which doesn't spill no matter how much she spins it. We are glad to see the life of astronauts in space slowly getting easier to manage.
iGraspers. Have you heard of WWE? It is the largest professional wrestling promotion in the world and has featured some of the most iconic moments in the history of sports entertainment. And they even have a Hall of Fame to honor its greatest athletes. WWE recently announced that veteran Rey Mysterio will be the first inductee into the 2023 Hall of Fame. Did you know he is one of the greatest masked wrestlers in the history of wrestling and has won more than 20 titles. We do look forward to seeing the rest of the inductees into this year's Hall of Fame.
The Border Gavaskar Trophy 2023 recently concluded its fourth and final test match between India and Australia at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad with a draw. India ended up winning the four-match series 2-1, thus retaining the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Did you know that this is the fourth consecutive series win for India against the Aussies? Virat Kohli scored his long overdue 28th test stand during the series, and batsman Cheteshwar Pujara crossed 2,000 runs against Australia, becoming only the fourth player in the history of Indian cricket to achieve this feat. India will now be facing Australia again in the World Test Championship final in London on the 7th of June, and we can't wait to support our boys then.
Last week, the Red Bull Formula One show run returned to Mumbai after nearly 14 years with a crowd-dazzling display that took place right in front of Shah Rukh Khan's residence in Bandra. The star of the show, David Coulthard, drove the 2011 Formula One championship winning car RB7 and enthralled the audience with exciting drifts and stunts. Red Bull athlete and Lucian freestyle stunt biker Ares Gibsia also showed off his daredevil act, followed by a thrilling showcase by the Supercar Club. It was certainly an exciting weekend for all Formula One fans in Mumbai.
The 95th Academy Awards took place at the iconic Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles earlier this week. And here are some of the exciting updates from the most prestigious award ceremony in the Hollywood film industry. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once came out as the big winner after taking home 7 awards, including the Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress crowns. It was a great year for India as well, after RRR's Natu Natu won the Best Original Song, and the Indian film The Elephant Whisperers won the Best Documentary Short Subject. Did you know that Natu Natu is the first Indian song and RRR is the first Indian film to have won an Oscar? The whole world is certainly dancing to our tune now. How many of the winning movies have you seen?
And what comes as first? A 67 million old Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton will be auctioned in Switzerland sometime next month. Did you know that this was the first time ever that a T-Rex will go under the hammer in Europe, and only the third time worldwide that an entire skeleton of this quality will be on offer? The name of this skeleton is Trinity, and it is about 3.9 meters tall and is currently valued between $6.5 to $8.7 million. Let's see how high the bid goes and who will be the recipient this month.
The word of the week is heyday, a time of great success, achievement, or strength. He has excelled in all subjects. Today is his heyday. The riddle of the week is, you draw a line. Without touching it, how do you make the line longer? By drawing a shorter line next to it.
Can you guess who? This American singer, songwriter, actress and record producer is referred to as the Songbird Supreme and the Queen of Christmas. She impressed her mother by imitating her operatic singing at the age of 2 and started vocal lessons when she was just 4 years old. She has 8 Jack Russell Terriers who travel with her in her first-class private jets, on stage, and even in her bath, living the most luxurious life possible. It's Mariah Carey. Did you know that the record-breaking singer and songwriter suffered from stage fright early on in her career?
Did you know that we can't actually see a black hole? A black hole's gravity is so strong that it pulls anything close to it. This includes light, the fastest thing in the universe. This means that black holes swallow light quite easily. Even though astronomers can't see it, the effects of a black hole indicates if they are close to it.
quiz time!
What is the word used if humans fall into a black hole? Send your answers to contact us at igrass.com along with your full name, school name, and a photograph. Answer to the last week's quiz. Illuminated manuscripts were commonly written and found from the Middle Ages.
This week's Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Anav Shah of Lotus Valley International School, Gurugram, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, iGrasp. Dear iGraspers, this week meet the curious boy Albie. When Albie's mum passes away, he's curious to know where she has gone. Being a scientist, his dad mutters something about quantum physics and parallel universes. So Albie gets a box, a laptop, and a rotting banana to send himself through time and space in search of his mum. Follow Albie's light-hearted and comedic adventures as he sets off on a quest to reunite with his mother. Does he find her through the annals of space and time? Find out and let us know what you think at igrasp.com/iClub.
We hope you enjoyed this week's news capsule. Before we sign off, remember that whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become reality. Practice meditation daily or give yourself positive affirmations on a weekly basis. You will realize that your subconscious mind had the answers you needed all along. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you all for watching. See you again next week. Bye-bye.